The people who win don't always run faster. They run longer. Not because they love the pain, but because they love who they become through it. The alarm that changed everything, the clock flashed 4 a.m. Cold silence. The world still slept, except for him. His name was Zane. Not the most gifted, not the most connected, just a man trying to become something more than average. He stared at the ceiling. He didn't want to get up. Again, another day chasing a future that hadn't arrived yet. Another morning buried in discomfort and self-doubt. But he had made a promise. Every day, no matter what. And so, he got up day after day. While others dreamed, Zane trained. While others talked, he worked. He wasn't special. He was consistent. That was the difference. And this was where most people quit. The middle. Nobody sees there as a part of every journey that feels like failure. Not because you failed, but because you're in the in-between. It's a space between where you started and where you hope to arrive. That was Zane's life. He worked 3 jobs to pay rent and fund his dream. A small business. It didn't have a website or customers or hope some days, but it had him. That had to be enough. The world mocked his slowness. Social media made it worse. Everyone else looked like they were winning, but Zane had learned something. Most people never do. The people who seem the furthest ahead are often just the loudest. The real ones are too busy building. I'll say. He stayed quiet and kept laying bricks. Mental endurance is the superpower. It wasn't motivation. It was muscle. Mental muscle diet. Every day, Zane fought a war in his head. You're too late, too tired, too behind, too broken. But each day he got up, he proved those voices wrong. Mental endurance is doing what must be done, especially on the days you don't feel like it. And over time, it showed. He read, he trained, he built, he failed, he learned, he adapted. Not because it was easy, because it was worth it. The breaking point that built him the call came at night. His father had passed. Zane didn't go to the gym the next morning. He didn't work. He wept. Grief broke him. But it also showed him what mattered. He realized how short life really is zoned, how long we wait to live it. If you're breathing, you still have time to change a story. He didn't bounce back overnight, but he did come back. Stronger, because the pain didn't end the story. It started the chapter that defined it, the blueprint of every legend one day. He opened an old journal and wrote a single sentence. My pain will pay rent for my purpose. From that day on, Zane treated every hardship as a tuition fee. The betrayal, a lesson in boundaries. The loneliness, a class in self-trust. The loss, a reminder of purpose. He realized every legend he admired was built in the dark. You weren't built in comfort. You were forged in fire. So he began mentoring others, quietly, powerfully. He didn't teach hacks. He taught habits, because success isn't sexy. It's sweaty. Become the fire, not the ashes. There were days Zane still heard the old voices. You'll never make it. But he stopped listening, because every action was now rooted in choice, not feeling. He built a morning routine. Wake at 4:30. Write, train, plan. He built a business, brick by brick. Eventually, it found traction. He stopped posting for likes. He started posting for legacy. He started coaching people not to motivate them, but to remind them, you're not broken, you're becoming. The mirror talks back one morning. As he stared in the mirror, he whispered, you're no longer watching the story, you're writing it. He didn't recognize the man in the mirror, not because he changed, because he finally saw himself for who he was, a survivor, a creator, a warrior, someone who had become and it had nothing to do with applause. The story you'll tell one day at this. The story isn't just about ZAYN. It's about you. The you that gets up every morning with no one watching. The you that feels stuck, tired, too far behind. But you're not behind. You are becoming. Every great story had a middle chapter where it almost ended. This is yours. Don't stop. Don't wait. Don't water down your dream just because the process is heavy. Because one day, someone will read your story and find themselves in your struggle. So, here's your call to action. Start that thing. Today, not later. Wake up an hour earlier. Take the first step. Burn the boats. Choose your future over your fear. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need relentless consistency. Your dream has a heartbeat. Give it a pulse. Start now. Own your story. Be consistent. Believe in becoming. Share this message with someone who needs it.